That was turkey speak for Graham. 2 back-to-back encounters is way too hard and a dick move. Your players are angry at you for doing this because they all almost died. Sorry, I'm projecting a little bit because myself, and many of my brethren will be slaughtered tomorrow in a horrible, ritualized killing of our kind. It's Really Playing Games Extinction Curse. I'm the GM, Graham, and joining me today are Brian as Faith the Tiefling Monk.
I mean, if you think about it, turkeys are basically dinosaurs, so it fits.
We're down 1 Garrett as Fabian the Catfolk Rogue, but we do have Ross as Arshus the Lizardfolk Swashbuckler.
Apparently turkey speak is a very dense language.
We have other Ross as Marion the Half-Elf Oracle.
Ready for the slaughter, just like Gobbles.
And then Patrick as Horatio the Half-Elf Wizard.
I think I'm the dead one.
You all almost were, because there were 2 very intense battles that took place one after the other. First, going into this chamber here, this moonstone cavern where these 2 pools reside, and this Zolgath with a bit more intelligence, a bit more wickedness in its eyes, and the ability to cast spells, along with its dinosaur companion and demon companion and other Zolgath, did fight you. But then the Bow, the blood demon, got away and summoned forth more help in the form of a horrible winged beaked demon known as a Vrock, as well as other Zolgaths, including a cleric type that had a vestigial arm sticking out of its side, and the ability to summon a spectral gauntlet weapon and shield to protect itself. But managing to take that one out apparently severed the summoning link between it and the rock demon, sending it back to whatever horrible plane that it came from before it could take you all out and eat you. In a desperate attempt, Horatio tried to go and to find something else in a different room, went around the corner, saw 2 baths, 2 tubs that were bubbling cauldrons of body parts and blood, and decided that's probably not the place for us right now, closed the door, came back in, and you all managed to at least stabilize for the time being where you are in this chamber. So, we come upon the aftermath of the battle, Fabian staggering in, likewise very hurt, very injured at this point, but at the moment doesn't seem like anything else is coming out of the walls or coming around the corner attacking you.
Ow.
Ow. I guess I need to heal you guys. Let's see. Who is actually unconscious? Both Rashik and Marion? Looks like
no.
they're
Just Marion.
Just
yeah,
Marion.
Marion. Arshus has a whole hit point, sir.
A whole single hit point that I survived on
Yes.
last time.
One
Probably shouldn't use risky surgery on either of you, though. Okay. I will do a DC 20 treat wounds on Marion.
You did it.
I lost 91 hit points in that fight. Those
Wow.
2 fights combined.
The critical success heals 1 more point than the regular
Yeah!
You did it.
Nice.
Maybe I should not show all the rules. It seems really depressing. Okay, and then same thing for Rashik.
Oh, a critical
another
success
critical
heals 2 less than the regular success.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm still figuring this
bad.
stuff out.
Are those 4d8? That is 48. You rolled a 2, a 4, a 2, and a 1.
Ouch. Well, Faith's probably shaking a little bit, a little reeling, stunned from which happened, just the fatigue of all of the battle.
Being
Adrenaline
unconscious.
wearing off.
I seem to have all sorts of status effects on me, but I don't think those are accurate.
Yeah, I think most of them have worn off.
You
by
crawled
now.
to us to heal
No
us.
longer hasted.
I didn't bother standing up.
Yeah, you're not prone anymore. You're not unconscious, so you go back to being okay. In Horatio, we could say that after a while you retch enough from the Zolgath stink to no longer be sickened.
Just barely hanging on there.
I will
I'm out of
then,
breath.
do the same thing for Fabian.
So that's 28 for
And
Fabian.
I need to start doing that DZ25 one.
Uh,
Yeah, haven't set up the macros
As soon as you say that, though,
yet.
So Fabian, I'll go ahead and
you're
pop
getting
in there.
critical failures.
Fabian increases by 28 hit points. Doing okay, still looking bloodied, still looking a bit hurt.
Then I will heal myself. See, I only roll off from before I heal me. I get 40 hit points.
Wow.
Yeah, you know who's important here. You gotta protect the healer first and foremost.
Yeah. Again.
I mean,
you
I
put your
waited.
own mask on in a plane before you help other
Exactly.
people.
Exactly.
I'll do Fabian again because he's right there. If Fabian gets another 26.
Tick up that clock, Graham.
I am.
And then Arashik once more.
How many times are those things evolving in the other room?
Well, as you spend a good hour in here trying to patch and lick your wounds, it's not the worst place to do it. I mean, there's kind of this, I won't say serenity, but it's nice surroundings. You're in this really nice kind of sparkly material cave with these water, and there's a little bit of sound of these rivulets of water going down from these spigots in the walls. So it's not the worst place. I mean, there are a bunch of bodies and blood around, and a giant dinosaur carcass just kind of laying there. But
Is that 31 to me, Brian?
Yeah, the third one's to you.
Okay.
Or no, it's 24. 23. Oh, yeah, it is 31. I was subtracting the wrong numbers.
While all this healing is going on,
My healer,
Nice.
not a mether.
sit down, legs crossed, put my staff over my legs, head in my hands.
I'm gonna
Uh,
examine the pools.
I'm gonna heal Arashik once more.
Sure.
After another 10 minutes.
Yep.
And that's 23 hit points.
Yeah.
So
Uh,
Marion. Marion, best you can tell, these seem like the moonstone pool that you saw in the upper level, kind of in the entrance. It's not carved, kind of built up pool like the other one was. It seems like these were more natural indentations in the stone that have been purposed into these pools. Like they may have been widened or, lowered in certain areas so the water could flow into them. They're about, you see, in kind of investigating them, they are pretty deep. You look and can kind of guess they're 9-10 feet deep on each one of them, and they're very clear water, so it's easy to kind of gauge the depth on this. Yeah, just the little spigots on the wall. It's not like a huge rush of water, but it's just a gentle, amount that laps against and flows down these well-worn and carved pathways through the stone.
Are these like the one upstairs? And that if I had a moonstone diadem, I would be able to commune with them or whatever.
That seems to be the case, and you feel like it's kind of how Ulfadar has been intonating it, but there's nothing obvious around you, or there's no like instructions or anything like that in the cavern that would tell you that, but
Right.
You'd think so.
I guess if there's time, I'll heal Horatio next.
Sure, as he sits and mopes against the moonstone.
Well, I was going to wait till he finishes meditating.
25
25, yeah.
hit points.
Let me see something here. As you're finishing up with Horatio, Faith, Fabian kind of perks his cat ears and something, kind of looks around, takes a few steps over, says, I thought I just heard something. It sounded like a crash? Or a thud? Very loud thud?
Which direction?
And he kind of gestures vaguely over in this direction. It sounded like from there, but I don't know.
Can I like perceive the wall? To
Sure.
see if there's any,
Oarshisk, you
you know-
go look against the wall there. Oarshisk, as you go over and look against the wall, you see something a little odd and off. A bit flat and smooth. A bit unnaturally so, right over here.
Oh yeah, it does look like that way on the tile set.
Yeah, the map does reflect the conditions you see, that it seems to be like a flat bit kind of past this this pool.
Is it a secret door?
I'm gonna make my way around the pool. And I'm gonna examine it closer, specifically.
Sure. You look, and if you kind of trace where the flat bit ends and goes into the more stone bit, there's just enough of a seam around it to make a door shape over in that direction.
Is there like any kind of indentation or anything like that that would indicate like a handle or a place to press or something like that?
There's one part on it, kind of in the midway where like your hands would naturally press against, that seems a bit more worn than the other places, so you figure it's probably a press and it slides aside or something like that.
I'm gonna ask. Oh yeah, I'm gonna gesture to the door and you know, kind of indicate should I open it.
Marion gives a thumbs up.
I'm gonna look at Horatio. Is Horatio still sitting down?
Yep. Facing this way. Away from that door.
I'm gonna point to him. Ask somebody to get his attention.
I get his attention.
Do you throw something at me?
Hey, hey.
I think he's moping. But I can't communicate that to you, but communicate it to Fabian.
I walk over and I poke him in the back of the head.
What? Huh? What? Shit. Grab my staff, push myself up. What's happening
Doing all
now?
right, bud?
No! I panicked, and I don't feel great about it. What are we doing?
Same thing we do every day.
Our lizard boy found a secret door.
Is it a magic? Why am I asking? Detect magic!
Wait, 5, 10. Yeah.
You do not detect any sort of magic coming from the door over here.
That sounds like a strangely qualified sentence.
Because you do detect some magic coming from the corpse of the Zolgath you slew.
Before we open the door, this asshole had magic. Let's find what the magic is.
Sure. Go for it. You go and you look and see that this priest of Zev Gavazeb had a magical vacuum cleaner. No.
A wand of prestidigitation?
Not quite.
Titan
Instead,
staff.
the wicked spiked gauntlet upon its claw emits a magic. And as you kind of come down to figure that out, you notice a folded up piece of parchment tucked into a belt pouch rather conspicuously.
It's a clue.
How conspicuous.
I will take the conspicuous paper.
You take the conspicuous paper and see upon that there is writing. And staring down at this writing for a moment, looking at the handwriting, it becomes clear that it is somewhat familiar. And you all hear, as you gather around to read this letter, a voice. The voice of the one who penned it. Mighty Shrashek, I humbly regret that I have not yet unraveled the secrets of the moonstone pools within the temple. I agree that the knowledge they contain could elevate you among your peers, and I'm working diligently with the diadem you provided. The occult phrases below should help with the pool's power if pronounced with sufficient care. If they do not function, I will need more time to explore the site and examine other relics. The diadem your rival Uzun Shell destroyed without tampering was no use, and there seems to be no way to wrest the diadem the peevish ghost wears from his head. I will, of course, bring you more victims. Your god demands sacrifice. Let their flesh empower your rituals. Sincerely, Dusklight.
Looks like we have some incriminating evidence, boys.
Well, confessions are nice.
Incriminating. In writing with a signature after them too.
The phrases. Do they appear to be in a language any of us speak?
You glance at the phrases and look at them for a good moment. Ratio.
I speak nothing.
You glance at them once, twice. They don't mean anything. It is nonsense phrases, basically arcane gibberish. Things meant to sound more imposing, but they don't actually do anything.
So do I think this is... Is this like somebody trying to...
Does it
Just-
parse linguistic, like a legitimate linguistic construction, or is it parse as nonsense from
Like-
a vague linguistic?
Do I get the sense that she made this shit up?
Yes.
Abracadabra, oogly boogly,
Yep. Along
bibbity
those lines.
bobbity boo.
100% along those lines.
Okay. Well, that part's bullshit.
I wonder what she's getting out of this.
That's a really good question. Terrible demonic power, probably. Or money. Could just be money.
Could
She's
just be
greedy.
money.
Does she do things just for money? I feel like no. She does lots of things for not just money.
Can I identify whatever the magic is on the gauntlet?
Yes. Not a fairly difficult rune to parse out upon it, but is a +1 striking spike gauntlet.
Does anybody... I think, is Fabian the only one without striking?
I don't have a striking weapon.
You don't have a striking. Oartius to you, Faith to
I
you.
have hand wraps.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
Fabian's the only one with striking.
No, mine are striking.
Yeah,
Yours are striking?
yeah. Fabian's the only one without striking.
I thought we all had striking.
No, I
That
think
is-
I thought
Fabian
everybody
has,
had
+1 striking.
everybody
Oh,
has
okay.
+1.
I'm the only
Right.
one who doesn't have a striking weapon.
Okay.
Out of the people
Well,
who regularly strike.
You shall soon have one.
Yay.
Tomorrow, probably.
Us
Yeah.
+1 striking arrow.
A single striking arrow.
Just hold on to that
Save
arrow
Let me put this in the party inventory.
for the kill shot.
it.
Oh, we still have a +1 long spear. I guess I could put a potency ruin on my staff. Or we could sell it.
This is D8.
Like,
Anyway, shall we continue where we left off?
I'm also going to put in the party inventory confession letter.
Incriminating evidence. I will. Push on the
Open up
door
that secret
once
door.
everybody's at appropriate distance.
Alrighty.
Push.
You gather around this moonstone pool and this flat piece of stone that Awarshisk has found. You press against it, slides to one side, revealing a small passageway beyond.
Hello? I don't say that, obviously, but
No, before
you
we
s-
go,
Crap. Oh, shit.
the thing we need to do is get the other diadems, right? Obviously.
Crap, I
Seems
dropped
that way.
Seems like Marion's friend will probably give us the other one if we clear out everything. I don't know whether that means going this way or going back.
we probably need to go always, right?
And then Uzin, what's his fuck? Wherever that person is.
I think we might have already fought them.
No, we probably got that one already. That's the broken one.
Yeah.
Hey, that tells us we're better at magic than she is.
Yeah.
Well,
Awarshisk,
I mean-
on the when you go through this tunnel, there's on the other side you can tell like an indentation where another side of a secret door would be. Over here.
I listen.
Sure. You listen through the door. Through your senses, Awarshisk. You do not hear any sort of noise. Kind of anything on the other side of the door.
Then I push that one aside too.
Alright. You push this one aside. Stone unfurls, revealing a chamber beyond. Vibrant tapestries adorn the east and west walls of this room. The woven masterpieces are in remarkably pristine condition, considering the damage elsewhere in the temple. Fragrant smoke wafts through the room from elegant silver sconces built into each of the room's four corners. A large engraving of a winged eye stares from the north wall above a stone shelf piled high with half-melted candles.
I step in.
Alrighty. The rest of you proceed with Awarshisk.
Or
Yeah.
Yep.
I will go immediately after Awarshisk.
Alright.
I would like to detect magic.
Sure.
I would also like to make a will save against illusions. Is this an illusion? This seems suspiciously like an illusion.
Either an illusion or a haunt.
Well, what you do notice as you enter into this room, look about. There's the nice incense. There's the torches coming from sconces in the wall. And there's this stone eye. It's definitely a stone eye as you peer through it. But the thing is there's a shifting sound, this grinding of stone. As the eye unfurls and 2 arms and 2 legs come from a creature that steps off the shelf and turns in your direction with a menacing gaze. I need everyone to roll perception for initiative.
A menacing gaze. Oh.
No idea what this is. Okay. It's fun to fight completely
Stone creature of some sort.
completely weird, new, unknown stuff. Well, okay, Horatio's ready. Even if I am not.
Wow, Fabian. That initiative roll.
What are we missing?
You're missing me.
There we go.
There we go.
So Fabian is up first. My guess is probably he tries to come over and do a feint. Yep. We'll probably kind of come into the corner over here. And then interesting. Okay. Yep, so Fabian's gonna come over there, is going to attempt to do a feint against this creature. So yeah, it's a deception versus its perception DC. A 28 will do so. And just to get the drop on this creature quickly. And then we'll try with its last action to do a rapier strike. A 21 versus his flat-footed AC. That will not hit. Fabian does a quick little maneuver over to the side in the corner, tries to strike against it, but its magical rapier strikes against this hard stone of the creature, seemingly not doing anything. Then we move on to Horatio.
Can I recall knowledge?
You certainly can try. Horatio, with this creature, you just succeed. Seeing the way it's moving and how it seems to be made of stone, kind of makes you think for a second. You look at the ground where it unfurls and then steps onto the stone of the chamber below you. And what you see start to happen is around it, these little uneven bits of earth, these kind of spiky protrusions begin to start to bubble up around it. And this interaction between the stone creature and the stone around it gives you this impression of some sort of elemental creature, some sort of earth elemental. So it seems like it may be able to manipulate stone. Obviously, it being big and strong, probably is going to punch you with big rocky fists. But it does seem to have this intimate interaction with the ground and the stone around it.
Earth Elemental does things with rocks. Maybe is Earth Glide a thing in 2E? I don't
Yep.
know. Maybe it can.
yes,
maybe
it
it can.
most
I'm
certainly
guessing
is.
here. Maybe it can walk through stone. Be very careful. There's a lot of stone. I'm then going to cast Protective Ward and sustain it immediately to go to 10 feet.
All right. You provide some protective magic around you. Oarshisk.
It's only large, right?
Yes, it is large. It just seems to be kind of, from what Horatio just said, and where the winged eye statue was before, the Earth Glide makes a lot of sense. There's more mass to this creature than what this shelf and this alcove should be able to contain. So it's kind of like partially sticking out of the wall a little bit.
So if I were to succeed at a grapple check,
Uh-huh.
I'm a master at athletics. Would it be possible for me to lift this thing off of the ground?
Perhaps. It does seem to be very,
Very heavy.
It seems to be made of rocks. So, think that what you will.
Yeah, we'll see what happens, you know?
Sure. You can try to grab the stone elemental.
Yeah, let's start with that first. Let's try a grab, which is athletics against a fortitude. Oh god, its fortitude DC is gonna be real high. For the stories.
For the panache!
No.
22 does not succeed. You try to grab hold of this rock, it just kind of moves its leg out of the way, and there's a lot of force and momentum to it. Can't get a hold.
I'm gonna try to tumble through. Just around to the corner there.
Sure. Can some reflex
Acrobatics
DC?
against reflex. No.
It kind of just pushes you to the side. It sees you trying to like dodge around, grab the leg, and just kind of shakes you off with this big stone leg.
Again.
Nope.
Okay, that's
Try
my
the
turn.
fancy stuff. You're like, shit. Guys don't have good track records with statues. Big stone things kind of
Yeah.
befuddle your party somewhat.
It's hard to.
We made it past one of them.
Yeah, that's true. Faith.
I'm gonna move to here.
Which is not flanking it, I don't think.
Yeah, it's flanking them.
Is it? Okay, I thought it had to be through like the center or something.
Opposite sides.
Okay.
It doesn't have a center.
Not yet.
Need to do more yoga.
It's uncentered. And then I'm gonna punch it.
You just need to align its chakra.
Ooh, critical
Aha!
punch.
Right, critical punch it.
Bludgeoning.
So that's 26 points of bludgeoning damage. With your
Yeah.
magical fist, you send, and there's a crack indentation into the stone where you hit it.
That counters a bunch of things for resistances. 15
No.
does not do nearly as well.
Yep.
Final attack. Oh, it has to make a fort save. I'm sure it'll be great at those.
What? Rocks? Fortitude?
How does a 39 do?
I mean, technically it's a critical success.
Okay, cool.
It's like a super critical because it might be that.
This is super critical. It exceeds by 20 or more? Damn.
Yeah.
It's like a plus 20 to its. Or 25 or something to its force saves.
So the other strike does not, so that's your three
No,
actions.
that's 3 actions, yeah.
Okay. On its turn, what it's going to do, is you see the uneven ground around it. It kind of takes a step onto the ground, and now this earthy protrusion starts to come up at odd angles, and all around you start to, be much more spiky and dangerous.
Difficult to
Difficult.
traverse, you might say.
Yes, that's probably accurate. Let's see, Fate's kind of in the corner. Marsha's just doing that kind of stuff, though.
Bobbing and weaving,
So
sizing it up.
it's gonna do a fist against Oarshisk. Does a 35 hit?
Yep. That will crit.
Cool. Oarshisk, you take 42 points of bludgeoning damage.
Ouch.
And this fist sends you knocked back 10 feet.
Not again.
Yep. And so, like, shit. So then it will do that. You're also right in front of it, Marion, so it kind of takes one fist and then the other fist follows up beside it to knock you away, Marion. Let's see. Does a 25 hit you, Marion?
A 25 does hit me.
All right. You take 28 points of bludgeoning damage and are also pushed back 10 feet. So that is what it will do. That's 1, 2, 3 actions. Marion, your turn. You just got walloped by the stone thing.
Yep. I'm going to say, no, not again, and I'm going to, I guess, taunt it with Bon Mot.
All right.
No.
17 diplomacy. I don't think that will do it, unfortunately.
Follow it up with a glare, ineffectively.
Versus its will DC, yeah?
Yes.
No, doesn't matter.
Then I stride out.
Marion, as you pass this square here, first off, it is difficult terrain.
Right.
So you have the movement, though, I think, to go off behind a ratio still. But when you go through that square here, you go through, and there is this sudden movement of the stone of the floor underneath there that shoots up at you like stone spikes. You will take 7 points of piercing damage as you pass through there.
Owie.
As it kind of commands the stone to stab at your feet. But then you will retreat behind your brother. Favian's go. We are flanking with Faith. That seems to be a pretty good position. And kind of standing where you are doesn't seem like anything happens as you begin your turn around the creature. But Favian will go for the rapier. Strike out. And 19 is definitely not enough. So he will try again. 21 is also not enough. He will try a third time. 9 is super not enough. So trying to get this rapier into one angle or another can't seem to find purchase because it's just a big rock monster. Horatio, on to you.
I will sustain Protective Ward to get it to 15 feet. And then... well, since this thing appears to be like a Boldor or something, I guess I'm going to try Ray of Frost.
Sure.
It must be immune to electric arc.
Well, if it's rock type, it's
rock
not
type.
immune to
Although,
electricity.
I mean, on the other hand,
It seems to be ground type.
probably does not have a great reflex save. Is the other thing. It's AC. It's a rock. The safety's got. Sure, I'll try electric arc. And if it doesn't work, we'll find that out.
All right. DC 25 reflex save. It does succeed. The lightning kind of courses around it and causes some of the stones to rattle and rumble loose. It looks like it can indeed take lightning damage. It just happens to evade most of it. So that's your go Horatio. Oashisk.
How tall is the ceiling in this room?
I believe the ceilings are about either 10 or 12 feet here.
Enough room for me to be over somebody on the wall?
12 feet. Over one of your allies, yes. Over the stone thing, no.
Right. Yeah, just like over Fabian or Faith.
Yeah. You want to climb up on the walls? There are these tapestries that you can climb and kind of claw into and swing from that are adorning the walls here.
So I guess, because this is all, like, this whole row in front of me looks like a rough, like
stone spikes
coming up. Yeah, so I'm gonna move over to here.
Yep.
Climb
the tapestries.
5, 10, yeah, like 15 feet or 10 feet around to here.
All right. As you climb over where the earth is jagged around it.
And then I'll try for a trip. What is trip again? Trip is reflex? Yeah, let's try it. Athletics against reflex.
A 25 versus its reflex DC will succeed. You go and figure
It's still like in the wall.
its legs are too sturdy and too connected to the ground, but its head, you can just kind of get the angle while hanging off the tapestry, go for like the legs and use it to just pull enough momentum at the neck. Your assumption is correct. It is very top heavy, and so it does indeed hit the ground prone.
That's my 3 action.
And we'll say to do that, it kind of like forces it out of the wall somewhat, knocking it prone. So you see the full breadth of the creature.
Now I recognize the art. I was thinking that was a face.
Yeah, I also thought that was the case.
Yep, you've gotten the creature out of the stone. Is that it, Oroshisk?
Yeah, I moved to get to the wall. Action to climb on the wall. Action to trip.
Got it. Faith.
So, we're still flanking even though it moved?
Yes.
Cool. I'm going to try punching it.
So you are
Punching
underneath Oroshisk.
Hello.
19, unfortunately, versus a flat-foot AC will still not hit. Just you hit a solid rock part.
About 28.
28 will hit. For
Jesus.
10 points of bludgeoning damage.
Between 19 and 28. Let's make another fort save.
Alrighty.
23.
37. 23 will still not hit its flat-footed AC, unfortunately. It's a solid rock.
18 to end this.
You try to
One,
chip away
2,
parts
3.
of it, but...
That was my 3 actions.
Alright. Its turn. So...
Cool.
Let's see... It will stand up here. Which does provoke your opportunity to attack Oarshisk.
Sure.
Thing.
I'll take it. Why not? I don't know if I get flanking from that.
I think so, because
Flanking works.
you're still on opposite sides of the creature. You're just like up and then on the opposite side. but a 24 will still not be enough to hit
Okay.
it with flanking. So,
Just in case it was.
so we'll do.
We're about to
that.
find out it's DC. Or AC, rather.
Oartius looks up at you, who kind of, did that, and I think it's going to slam you into the wall with just a fist, kind of punching at you where you are on the wall there. So it will do that fist attack. That's a 38 to hit you.
Yeah, that'll crit again.
All right. So that's another 48 points of damage.
I go to fall and go to dying 2 unless the rocks hit me, and then I can go to dying 3, I suppose.
Yep, we'll say.
Well, no, I'm only falling 5. Wait, how far do you have to fall to take damage?
It's half the distance, I think. Let me double check.
When you fall more than 5 feet.
More than 5 feet, that makes
So
sense.
I'm a square up in space. So if I fall
Alright.
1 square,
When you
am I
fall
taking
more than 5 feet. So you're only falling 5 feet. So we'll say you end up kind of. Faith, you can step out of the way as Oarsh just kind of gets slammed into the wall, leaves a little bit
Smush.
of crater, smushed, and then falls on the ground there. Yep, and you're at dying too.
these crits hurt.
Yeah, and then
Do rocks poke me too?
there are rocks, but they don't seem to spike up at the response of you just kind of falling down on them. It will then go to do another follow-up punch at Faith. That's a 29 to hit you, Faith.
That will hit.
17 points of bludgeoning damage.
Ow.
This angry stone monster continues its rampage. Marion,
You said 17?
17 indeed.
If I had been at full hit points, I wouldn't be down.
I think we need the bounce.
You say as Oarsh just hits the ground.
Yeah. So
Does
I'm
not bounce.
I'm casting fear at it.
Ooh. It has to make a will save. It fails. The creature, as you kind of see your ally fall to the ground, summon forth once more the spooky energy of Marianne, causing this creature to be frightened too.
Spooky energy.
Sounds about right.
And for my third action, I'm going to pull out my. And that's my turn.
You cut out for a second there. What are you pulling out?
Oh, my prayer beads.
Prayer beads. All right.
Yeah.
Pull out the prayer beads. Go on to Fabian. Fabian's like, well, I guess, I don't know, these spikes kind of look a little dangerous, but, I'll try to hit it, then I'll run away. If that's what you want me to do. He has a fang, doesn't he?
Got all sorts of
Red
things.
Striker. Well,
That's right. While something's feared, it counts as flat-footed for him.
so doubly flat-footed. But we'll try to get in there with the rapier. And that'll be a 28, which will hit. So that'll be 12 points of piercing damage, plus his sneak attack damage, which is sneak attack. So it's 2d6
2d6.
damage. 2d6. 8 more points of damage. Slices off a piece of the stone, sees some of it crumbling, and feels pretty confident. This seems to be going pretty well. Well, I'll try another one. Probably be alright. But 21 will miss. So with that, Fabian will step to here. Let's see. Yeah, probably just get in front to get ready to leave at this point.
You cannot step into difficult terrain unless they're
I just
they
have to
be for it.
move. This is true. I don't think he does. Weapon tricks, evasion, weaknesses. No. So it is striding over to there, but as strides, the stone comes up and stabs at the cat folk's feet. We'll be taking 8 points of piercing damage. The cat folk gets stabbed in the foot. That's Fabian's go. Horatio.
Well, I guess the Fabian didn't run away. But I will do the same thing I did last turn. I'll sustain my protective ward.
I thought he did run away because he took damage. How come he didn't
Well,
move?
he didn't. He's still in
found
front.
space.
He's still in front of me.
Well,
So, from my perspective,
do you think he would run away fully at this point, or kind of stay in a position ready to run away if it starts to go real bad?
If he was told to run, if he Fabian is a little flighty sometimes.
problem is Oartius is in the room down, so we
Yeah.
really can't.
If you would abandon Oartius. So that was our justification for standing kind of halfway between. I could bolt any second, but I'm here for the moment.
Well, who knows? Maybe we'll get punched 10 feet back.
Punched out of the room.
If he's still in front of me, I'm going to sustain and then electric arc.
Okay, another reflex save on its part. Does succeed. Takes half damage there. Zap, zap, zap. Alrighty. That was Horatio. On to Faith.
I'm gonna use battle medicine on Rashik. I can do it even though he's probably immune because I have the medic dedication. Apparently I can do that once an hour now. I'm gonna do a DC 20 treat wounds battle medicine on him.
Alright. Battle medicine success.
I succeeded by 1.
Hooray. 23 hit points.
That's 23 hit points, yeah.
Alright. Touch down with your magical healing gloves. Just a little bit of like first aid right into his chest. Just regains consciousness.
Get back up! Shit! What are we gonna do?
Get out!
How does the thing look?
It seems to be hurt. You know, you definitely notice that some stone chunks are missing where you've hit it and cracked a little bit.
I will take some more punches at it.
Alright, still flanking. 20 will miss though, unfortunately. As will a 21.
Sure. Well, I can see that was a 9, but... And... That's 5 feet, 10 feet, 15 feet.
Okay. I'll
If I do like this, if I do 5 feet, can I then jump?
But it's all around,
do it.
so you're still walking.
It's 2 actions to jump.
yeah, a little leap, I believe,
Well,
is
no,
just one action.
Yeah, a leap is just here. I can actually post some of that stuff. If you want.
That's a standing leap, right?
So leap is that.
Can I leap over his square? Because
Long
that would
jump
be
is that.
going like that way. I'm guessing I can't leap over him. Would that feel like a tumble over?
You can do tumble through.
But I want to tumble over the ground. Through him, I guess.
Well, he is 10 feet tall, at least, in a 12-foot room.
If you're going through its space in any capacity, it's pretty much a tumble through because occupying a large space. In the
He wants to see if he can not take damage.
But I want to do that while not touching the ground.
Okay. Oh, like a leap in this direction.
He wants to get to the door in one action, is what he's trying to figure out.
Well, now, I can get to the door in one action, but I will take a
Without
lot of
taking
damage. I want to reduce the amount of damage I can take, and the best way to do it is to jump from where I am to the square that square right there.
Because I'm assuming your speed is at least 30 feet, so...
Yes.
15 feet.
Yeah, you can
Make it to
jump
here.
15 feet, right. So
That's here.
I would say that with the leap action, you could jump either to here or here without a problem.
Okay. I will jump then.
Yeah, and you will jump over the earth and land in a clear spot over here. Yeah.
Is this not erupting Earth?
No, it's only adjacent to it that seems to be.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you managed to leap over it with your monk abilities, kind of do a little parkour off the wall, and land in a clear space over there. So I think
that's my 3 actions, so I'm done.
All right, Awarshisk.
Do I still have panache? That's a question. I haven't been able to see it. I lose panache when the encounter ends, but I haven't seen any of the indications.
It's not a stance.
Conscious.
Yeah,
No,
it's not a stance. Stances do. Rage does. Panache does not say it does.
I mean, it seems weird, just not mechanically,
I'm
but
still cool, even if I fall.
like I don't think
you
you're
got the ship
cool.
Betty.
Like that did not look cool. No offense.
Hey, I mean, sometimes you can't avoid. Even the cool guys get hit sometimes.
Action. The state of flare is called panache. You're either in a state of panache or you are not. Yeah, I don't think getting knocked unconscious necessarily stops you from having panache. It's even more. It heightens the drama of the situation if you do get like knocked down first and then are able to get back up and keep going. So I'll say if you had panache before getting knocked unconscious, you still have it.
So I'm gonna kip up real quick.
Fuja! Hop to your feet.
And I am going to follow what Faith was doing. I wake up, Marion's yelling to get out, and I'm like, okay, hop. Can I do that? Hop,
Jump,
skip. Jump. Little checkers.
Yeah, if you jump, then jump,
for it.
and then follow it up with a stride to not end up in Horatio and Marion space, I'll allow that.
Yeah. Okay.
Jump up, and then there's a...
Maybe jump a third time just for some flair.
Sure. Boing, boing. Hoot, hoo, yahoo!
Little triple jump.
Do a Mario triple jump out of the room.
But we're going to leave room for people, so I'll back up to there.
Okay. Its turn. Is it the first turn that it's been frightened?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Oh. Yeah, because it hasn't been a Marion again yet. So... It's can see you jumping around like that. Arshisk's too quick for it. Faith is still there, though. From where it is, it does seem to have reach, and so it will reach over and go to punch Faith. With a
Does
big
a 52 hit your
rocky
AC?
fist. Does a 37 hit your AC? It may be a critical hit, Faith.
Even with the frightened 2?
Oh, no, you're right. It'll be 35.
Then it is not a critical hit.
Hey! Good job with the frightened
By 2,
aura.
literally. Like
Worse than
that's-
debuffs.
It's a great hit for me.
Yes, that's only...
Is it by 3, including my spell?
That's right. He has a spell.
Oh, yeah, that's
Magical
true,
purple
yeah.
spell?
Oh. So that's only 16 points of bludgeoning damage. You do, however, still get knocked back 10 feet from these slamming blows.
Well, does he have 20-foot reach?
No, he does not. Well, there's a Fabian there.
Well, the good news is if it hits Fabian, people will get knocked into the other room.
Yeah.
We all fall down like dominoes.
Let's see.
Bada-doop.
Let's do that. Goes to punch. Fabian gets a 29 to hit. 27. And plus Fabian's in the protective ward. What's the bonus on protective ward?
It's just a +1.
+1. So it's still... So his AC is 25 now. And the attack will be 27. So it still hits for 24 points of bludgeoning damage. Yeah, we'll say it just kind of knocks Fabian past Horatio and Marion out of the room.
Whoa, holy shit!
Just you see, both of you have to dodge to the side as a capo just gets flung out of there. And then...
I don't like this.
Let's see. It will... Ooh, what's that weapon trait? Take...
I don't like that question.
Like, touch the rock kind of next to it, and then conjure forth a big boulder, and throw that boulder at Faith. So a big rock comes at you, Faith. So that'll be... Ooh, a natural 1, though. You're able to easily dodge aside as the rock just cracks against the side of the corner here and splinters into a bunch of stone pebbles.
Does that do anything to the door?
It hits the corner here. The door gets showered by rocks, and there's kind of pounding sounds, but other than that, it's mostly the wall over here that took the brunt of the hit. So it will reduce at the end of its turn its frightened condition by 1, and then on to Marion.
I will get out of the way.
Marion moves away. Alright, anything else, Marion, as you move far away?
Yeah.
Alright. You move far away, Marion. Fabian kind of gets up. Ugh. Faith, can you make it out alright?
I think so. Yeah, I can make it out fine.
Okay, good. Bye. And just
Cool.
kind of move over away. Horatio?
Bye. That's one move.
Leaves.
I'm gonna stop there and then sustain
Sure.
to 25.
Faith, it's you.
By the way, if it follows us, I can make someone fly. Probably me or Marion.
So one
Wow.
action to move to there, one action to jump to here,
Sure.
and then one action to run away.
Okay. Faith gets the hell out of there, leaping around the spiky earth. Oarshisk?
Is that where Faith is ending?
I can make it to there.
I'll move around here, and then I'll raise my shield.
Okay. After a few brief moments, turning back, looking to the small passageway that you found here, you wait for a moment. You hear a bit more grinding of stone, but it seems that the creature does not pursue you. Instead, if you can kind of barely make out through the passageway, it seems to kind of crawl back into its position, wrapped around the stone and winged eye of Aridin, and kind of meld back in to the stone.
We need to go back to our closet.
I'm going to point to Fabian. You are getting an adamantine sword at some point.
Oh,
Rapier.
cool. No complaints here. That sounds great.
Do we want to try the blood things next time?
Closet. I have no more spells.
What time of day is it? Can we guess? Estimate? Has it been a couple hours? Has it been like a lot of hours.
It might be close to midday now.
Okay. So maybe morning, afternoon-ish, but not like evening or midnight kind of deal.
No, you've only been down here for a few hours after you spent your previous night in the closet.
Got it. Is there a limit on like 8-hour rest in the rules? Can you just 8-hour rest, 1 hour awake, and then 8-hour rest again?
Once a day.
Yeah, it should be once a day.
Once
Yeah.
a day.
And I can't. You also can't do daily preparations more than once a day, so I couldn't get my spells back early anyway.
I mean, we can keep looking around.
Fabian gestures to you and shrugs. Wherever you want to go.
Let's see what it takes to feel better, maybe. And then
Do these something things look suspect?
I don't think we searched any of these bodies. I'm gonna search these ones.
Oh yeah.
Sure. So
And I'll search the one with the weird arm.
sure.
Is that the one that Patrick detected magic on? Or no, that was the cleric thing that had the weird arm.
You got the
wasn't it?
spike gauntlet.
I see.
This one here, if it will do what I want it to do. This one here seems to have fairly mundane sort of armor, a breastplate, great axe, javelins, nothing too fancy or interesting. The babao that you fought, all of them seem to be equipped with +1 long spears, so there's another one in the possession of this one here. And then the one with the arm, the extra arm, also has a +1 striking spiked gauntlet. Seems to be a symbol status amongst the priests following Zeb-Gavazeb amongst the Zolgath
Nice.
members.
I will just increase our number of plus. Oh, we have 4 +1 long spears. Okay.
Fought a lot of blood demons down here.
We got some
Am I-
shit to sell
Am I
eventually.
carrying all of those?
No, it's in the bag of holding. I have the bag of
I
holding, I think.
forgot.
I think my character has a bag of holding just because I handle the loot.
Yep.
So
I'm also
coming-
gonna heal up Horatio some more
Sure.
before we wander into another battle.
Fabian needs it more.
Horatio.
So does Marion. Actually,
Oh.
I need it the least.
Sorry, I meant Arashik. I was.
Me. That's 26.
Yep. And then we'll do Fabian. That's 27.
37.
37.
Oh, much better. Thank you.
And then we'll do me. Ooh, that's a success. I saw that one, I got scared.
All right. Toward the end of this half hour or so, kind of sitting amongst these dark runes, this desiccated Zolgath body, the blood, and all that kind of stuff, as you do, there's another sound. This time, more of you hear it, of this just once, this thud, like something heavy dropping to the ground. You hear it from off in this direction, and that makes you kind of notice that the door across from this chamber over here is open, where it was not before. And you can kind of see into this room, several different alcoves lining the wall. You can also see a bunch of shiny knickknacks and stuff on the floor in the middle of this stone etched floor carving.
Maybe that's where the rock came from. And Rock and Co.
The vulture demon.
Yeah.
Maybe it has some good stuff. Probably has some bad stuff.
Right.
But I'm still not feeling my best, and it looks like you aren't either.
Oh yeah, Marin's pretty badly down. Well,
Yep.
Can I heal you up before you go charging into that danger?
Yeah, please.
There you go. Good. 36. I'm not gonna feed you. Stop asking.
It's a very accusing look.
I look at my cat and she immediately meows because she wants food too.
One more heal for me. I know it's 20 minutes after the sound has happened.
Here you go.
You're
Four.
definitely sure it's like midday or past midday at this point.
23 hit points.
Yeah.
So 20 short of full.
We'll give you one more.
30 minutes past the sound. Oof.
You go, now
There we
you're
go.
full.
Ready to go charging in. Guns blazing. If there were such thing as guns that I was aware of.
People have probably heard of gunslingers. They're
Have
uncommon.
I heard of them?
Being a circus member, probably. You're probably a bit more traveled and worldly than the average citizen of Galarian.
Well,
All
I'm
right.
still not full. I'm gonna heal myself one more time.
Just keep going.
While that's
man.
happening, I'll heal myself
Hey, there you go.
with DC 15.
You did it.
Yay!
Congrats.
And then I guess I'll take 10 minutes to refocus. I forgot to meditate last time. I was so busy healing you guys.
I know there's some plot ahead, but we got some.
We need a
business
minute.
to do. Or an hour.
Yeah,
Or-
we need an hour.
We need a few minutes.
You need to
It's
eat
a short
lunch.
rest.
Yeah, it's like eating lunch. You know, you get a little peckish, and so you eat a snack.
But keeping an eye in that direction.
Sure. I mean, nothing disturbs you during this time. Just that loud crashing sound was kind of off-putting.
So there's still the blood pools too, right?
Yep. Back around the other side, the room that Horatio opened.
And I don't know what cleansing requires, but I feel like taking care of the weird pools of blood is definitely
Shield
like
up.
on the list.
Shield up.
Sure, Awarshisk, you put up your buckler as you peer into this room. As you peer into this room, deep recesses are carved into the stone walls of this room, although most are empty. Above each is a brass plaque. Splintered wood, broken glass, prayer beads, dried bones, and other debris are heaped in large piles. So, what you look at and see that in the middle of the room, there's all sorts of shit that you assume may have once been holy to the Aerodonite priests and clergy. There are, let's see, most of it seems to be broken on the floor. There is smashed glass, broken wood, and you see, yeah, there's just a bunch of junk in the middle of this room that you see kind of piled up and sort of put into different piles, like one kind of pile over here, one pile over here, but other than that, you see doors to the north and to the west.
All right.
I'm gonna roll my dungeoneering
Ooh.
check to guess whether that door connects to the room we were just in before.
I think that's a pretty safe guess.
If engineering were a skill here, he'd probably succeed on that check.
Detect magic? Any magic in this room?
Yes, there are a couple items amongst the piles that ping off magic.
Search for magic items.
All right. Ratio, it takes you a minute to kind of ping and detect and figure out where things are coming from. There seems to be 2 items here. One is a garment of clothing, a stole. Let's see. Yes, it is a rich brocade silk with embroidered golden thread and script in an ancient language. Looking at that, you check that out, Horatio. But Horatio, you're not entirely certain what this could be. This doesn't seem to be something you've come across in your
What
travels.
about me?
It seems specific to Eridanite customs.
And it's
Marion, you do it. What skill are you trying to use, Marion?
I'm gonna use religion.
Marion, you don't quite recognize this either. Seems to be some sort of magical vestment of some sort, but not quite sure what it does.
Yeah, we'll try it again later.
So you have magical stole, and then the other is a black marble jar. And checking that out, we'll do Horatio and we'll do the Calder brothers. Horatio, you're a bit more confident about this one. Because, well, being around Faith enough, you're enough to recognize healing magic and this sort of things and ointments and whatnot that it may come in. So you happen to identify this as Saint's Balm. So it's just a little one-time little heal.
3d8 is nothing. 3d8 plus 10 is nothing to sniff at.
Yep.
No.
That's a pretty big little heal.
Yep. That's a little get out of jail free card for a little bit of Saint's Balm.
Oil.
Yes, has the oil trait.
What does that do?
The
I mean, it's
oil
like
trait?
flammable or something?
It's just a kind of item.
Okay.
Yeah. You could have a feat that gives you like formulas for oils, for
Oh,
example.
okay. So it's just like an item tag almost.
Yeah.
Class tag. Okay.
Who
Not a
gets
potion,
that?
it's an oil.
Someone who doesn't go down a bunch.
I mean, that's probably Horatio.
Horatio needs his action to sustain.
Yeah,
right?
problem is I'm often the farthest person away,
And
hopefully
use all
from the
that.
fight.
Oh, why not Fabian?
Yeah, I think Fabian makes sense. He can always like stab and then draw an item and then use the item, and he gets a sneak attack if he hits anyway. Hopefully.
Oh, me? Okay. Guess I should catch up with everybody.
Okay.
So you're giving the oil to
Saint's
Fabian?
Balm to Fabian.
Yep.
Alright. I have to remind him when he gets back.
Yeah, I'll put something in.
Cool.
I'm gonna listen at the door. I'm gonna do a little perceive.
Sure. Oarshisk, you listen at the door there. Listen for a bit. You think hear a low guttural voice. It's a kind of far off, but not super far off, and like a bit of like a snort.
Oh,
of
was
some
that a
kind.
router?
Yes, he. Damn it, cat. Ugh.
I guess that's one way to get you to stop playing. Unplug the router. Yeah, you have to feed me.
Now
That
you
is
must feed
exactly
me.
what he did.
He's turned off the internet before. He's stepped on the power strip and turned it off. The router and whatever we're
Incredible.
plugged into.
Yeah, my cat's doing the same thing.
I'm gonna raise my shield again, and if everybody's ready, I'm gonna open the door.
I'm ready.
Ready.
/R.
Yep.
Readied up.
Oh, I'm gonna scout.
Okay, do a raise
Sure.
shield.
Hit
So I
with
can
scout.
rival Faith and AC.
You open the door, prepared for whatever lies beyond, and there's a bit of a hallway. And then peeking through off to the west, you see a chamber open up. And you notice this chamber. The west side of this hallway has crumbled away into an enormous natural cavern. A crude ramp of crumbled stone and earth leads from the cavern floor up to the hallway. And so you see, and start to divine, this is probably how they got in here, because it is a large, open cavern that goes and kind of descends deep and away into darkness.
So not a fun time.
Probably not. You don't see an end to it from where you are, and it kind of just goes. It's fairly wide though. It's it widens up a bit ahead, so that's.
And this is just under the city.
Mm-hmm. 60
After
to
we're
70 feet
done
or so.
here, maybe get some like ordnance crews or something down here and collapse the tunnel.
Yeah, that might be the Darklands down there.
Yeah.
That isn't. I don't know what that is, but it doesn't sound good.
We're lucky, it's full of dwarves.
If we're
If we're unlucky.
averagely lucky, it's full of them.
Oh, there's more out here.
Yes, Marion, you can see there is a torch burning in a sconce down to the south, but you can see the full extent of the cavern from stepping out there. You notice that there are signs, like filthy nests, cold fire pits, broken tools, and this lingering pungent odor of Zolgaths. Kind of looking out amongst the cavern, it looks like a large group was here at one point. Just from how many different nests and little bits and pieces of remnants of their occupation.
Like, larger than the number we fought so far?
Or
Yes.
like what estimate would be in this. Okay, so I see that much of a difference that we can obviously tell the difference.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, like maybe because it goes and like as far as your dark vision can extend down the cavern. There's more signs. There's another pocket of like a broken campfire or whatever over here. There's some more stuff over there. This could be enough room for hundreds of Zolgaths.
Yikes.
Like an invading
Dark
army, I
feeling.
guess. And it's recent?
How fresh are the fires, like embers or anything?
It's tough to tell from up on this ledge. You'd have to get close to kind of like examine them more closely, but there's no obvious signs. There's no like embers or smoke or anything like that lingering around.
I certainly can't see farther than the light, so somebody else.
I am interested what's behind this door.
Sure. Do you go to open it?
Yeah.
All
I'm
right.
gonna keep watching this direction.
Sure. Raven steps out here. Watching out amongst the broken remains of the camp of Arshisk, you turn as Marion goes and opens the door.
Okay.
The double door to this large, open crypt leads to a small balcony and a short flight of stairs. The stone railing on the balcony has been knocked onto the floor a few feet below. Several metal slabs protrude a few inches above the floor, each bearing a life-size representation of a reclining human priest. That the slabs cover graves is obvious, as 3 of the lids have been torn from the ground to reveal shallow pits. And as you notice this, the Zolgaths clambering over the ancient Aerodine crypts, you also notice the Zolgath atop a full, huge Triceratops. It keens its head in your direction, Marion,
They get all the cool stuff.
and roars as the Zolgath on top cries his war cry. And that is where we will pick up
Close the
next
door.
time on Really Playing Games. Don't you dare close that door to the Extinction Curse. Bye.